Yeah, a huge, big coaching staff.
So, I mean, that was a great short film. So, it's time now for sports commentary. Sorry, we didn't have feedback here in the studio. Sorry about that. But we learned a lot of things. I mean, from time to time, we never stop learning. So
Obviously.
we have to pass on knowledge from one another. And now it's time for controversial boss to pass on from knowledge from him to us in sports commentary.
Greetings one and all. When I saw, and thank you for, that was my first debut as a supporting actor in a major short film. So I feel pretty good. I was very nervous, and I know I'm not a threat for the Emmy Awards or anything, but it was good to have an exposure to live TV action and to have the legend, Garfield Jones, come and work out with us. So we're glad to bring it to you. I'd like to acknowledge the 31,000 people, which is a record for Primal live broadcast. We have crossed the 30,000 barrier before and melted down the servers. So this time the servers stood up. So I'm very happy that we stood up today and that the technology stood up. So Primal sports commentary. I'm a big fan of Bob Marley, and I want to give you guys a little line that I've been working on because Bob wrote the song, and from time to time I add little verses on it. So if I can remember the song now, won't you help me sing another song of freedom? It's all I ever had. But the line I wanted to add was, emancipate yourself from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our mind. Have no fear of digital currency. Cause them a money want to rob you blind. How long? Anyhow, I shall continue on later on. But I see that the big man, Mr. Michael Leachin, has taken some time off from NCB. And people have been asking, what happened to Mr. Leachin? And is Mr. Leachin not well? We saw Mr. Leachin sell off the big boat. And he sold the boat for a lot of money. And but the NCB stock value has been dropping. So people rightfully ask, big prominent billionaire, Mr. Leachin, what's happening? So different explanations have been given. And finally, Mr. Leachin come up and said that, boy, he took the time off to run his company in Canada. And that, he's investing in a lot of major things. Like the first thing, he's inventing in a company that is doing some alternative energy type of thing. And the other thing is he's also investing in a company that is doing some research into medical sort of things. And that's what's taking him away from the thing. And he's, and so on. And that the company will also save on the pollution. Another thing he's investing in. Major things that the billionaire is investing in. So those of you who don't understand what I'm saying, Mr. Leachin is basically saying that he took the time off to fix the world energy crisis. And he's took the time off to cure cancer. And he also took the time to fix the pollution problem of the world. So that should take the 3 months that he said. He said he will need 3 months to fix it. And knowing Michael Leachin, he can do it. So we're all rooting with thing. NBA. In my opinion, I think that this is the worst and most lopsided seasons finals we will ever see. They're talking about size mismatches on the court. This is more than a size mismatch. It is a mismatch of David and Goliath. I think Miami has zero chance unless for TV purposes, somebody start missing 3 points. We know how the setup go. We know how the setup go. What could it be that LA could win 3 in a row to get to game 7?
Miami.
Boston.
No, man. Yes, and the other team win 3 in a row. And then another lopsided finish. Basketball look a little fixed to me, I don't know. I'm not suggesting that. Medvedev is already out of the French Open. I mean, who we gonna watch in this French Open? As Mr. Alcaraz playing, and I don't know if he's gonna last all the way, but Medvedev is already out. Emma Raducanu is not even in. She went and had surgery. And I'm saying, I've been looking at Emma, and people have been asking, can Emma Raducanu make a comeback? And I say, no. You know why she'll never make a comeback? She was never there. Her victory was a fluke. It was a fluke. It was a fluke. And therefore, Emma Raducanu, I don't think she has a comeback. Speaking of comebacks, where are the Jamaicans in world athletics? I don't see them. I see some men hurdling. You know what I mean? But where are the Jamaicans in athletics? We're very close to going up to World Championships now. And I only see a few tapes of Shelley training. I don't see any tapes of Elaine at all. Who is going to stand up for us in the women's 100 meters? I think everybody got scared when they saw Sha'Carri. They got shocked when Sha'Carri did her little win-aided time and then followed with a really good time after that, which is currently the world's fastest time. And, you know, the fiasco of Marcel Lamont Jacobs, again, pulling out of Rome after pulling out of the Morocco meet. It's a total fiasco. You know, to be honest with you guys, I don't think I've ever seen Lamont Jacobs win other than the Olympics, you know. I don't think I've ever seen him run. He basically spends his time running and not running on the track, running from the track. That's what I say, Lamont Marcel Jacobs. And I wonder, what is the economics of athletics? Can anybody tell me? What is the money in athletics if nobody wants to run against anybody? And I give credit to the American, the 200-meter guy, and I give credit to Lyles, you know. Yeah, Lyles now run, Knighton not running, Fambule and all these 200-meter guys, they're not running. But where are the Jamaicans? I hear that, what's our guy? Seville having a niggling. And now I hear that Mr. Blake is sore. The Americans are here in Jamaica. Hold on, I need to talk about TT. Normally, when a foreigner comes to Jamaica and beating up all the little man them, the pretenders, there's a thing Stephen Hilton told me. Stephen called me, you know, and said, Peter, I beg you, can you defend the city for me? And I've always seen my role when there's injustice, when bullies from America, when foreigners come, when the little boys call out, who will defend us? I have to come and defend the city. Ken, don't say anything, right? I have to come and defend the city. And here it is. Noah Lyles is here. What is the hurdler from Nigeria?
Toby.
She's here. They're all here. And where are the Jamaicans? They're in the garden, hiding from race. Come on, Jamaicans, defend us, man. Defend us the way that I used to defend Kingston. Ken Watts defend the city from time to time. But it's very important that you defend the city. You know, it's very important.
Defend home ground.
Speaking of defending home grounds, UFC tonight, Amanda Nunes is fighting a lady. I don't even write down her name. And you're going to forget her name as quickly as thing. She will not stand a chance. Amanda Nunes by right cross in the second round. If she gets to the second round, by right cross in the second round. Charles Oliveira returns to the ring, once thought to be the greatest submission artist of all time. But he gave up very easy when he fought Makachev last time around. Charles Oliveira is going up against Benil Dariush, another Russian. Dariush have a very good left hand. A bit like that Conor McGregor left hand. Very solid and stone-like. But I'm picking Charles Oliveira by submission, round 3. You guys might not know that I'm a high-level jiu-jitsu man. And I feel that Oliveira's jiu-jitsu is gonna work on Dariush. Dariush is pretty good too. But I really feel that as long as Oliveira gets rid of the stand-up and doesn't stand up to receive that left cross from Dariush, I believe he's gonna take down Dariush by round 3. There's a thing in jiu-jitsu that we do to wear down people. And I don't want to wear down the audience, but I must measure one more thing. Jamaica want to introduce, I sang a little, you guys don't want me to hear me sing it again, but I sang a little line about have no fear of digital currency. I'm telling you guys something, I fear digital currency. The Prime Minister made an announcement that Jamaica is going to go digital and cashless. Shortly afterwards, the Communications Minister said, we won't be going cashless. You don't know who to trust. And I'm saying to you, is it the Prime Minister we should trust? I don't know. The Prime Minister give 5 to everybody else and took 250 for himself. So do we trust him? I don't know. So I believe that digital currency will be the enslavement of the Jamaican population. I'm not exaggerating. I want money. I want cash in my pocket. I don't want no digital wallet, right? The Prime Minister says that Jamaica needs to be on the cutting edge. The only thing I know cutting edge do is cut, you know. And if you're on a cutting edge, like a knife or a spear, is you going to get the cut. The Prime Minister won't be getting any cut. He'll be doing the cutting. That's sports commentary. What say you?
I never had dull moment, eh? Tell you boy. I like that part where them say we're hiding in the garden, you know?
Yeah.
Boy.
But before let's big up the listeners out there on Fit FM 96.7, Facebook, YouTube, Primal 4K app. Now the phone line is now open. WhatsApp only 876-552-7406. 1-876-552-7406 via WhatsApp only.
Yeah, we hit record numbers today, and I said we want to pick up everybody. I mean, feel free to call in. Western Jamaica, hey, we need some calls from Western Jamaica. All out there, as I said, the Fit FM listeners. And I mean, Shillon, Westmoreland, St. Elizabeth, St. James, you name it. St. and all over, because we know we're reaching the sponsor Jamaica, we're reaching out there in the US, international as well. And I mean, thanks. This show is for you. And I want your feedback. That's why we have call-in segments. And as Dil said, the phone lines are open. 1-876-552-7406. Yeah. To touch on what Peter said, this will probably be one of the most lopsided finals of all time to me. Yeah.
Probably. Let us see though.
I think you're still giving Miami a chance.
I give Miami maybe a one game or but let me
one
see
game doesn't have a chance.
Let me see how Miami show up on Sunday. As I said, the only chance.
So 1-1 going in or
well, you know, I think Denver will win, but
Denver is locked in. I don't see any form of slacking off or showboating to say, hey, they're just running it up. The guys are locked in it. You can see it from start to finish, even when they're up 24. Jokic is out there in the court.
And Jamal won't let that happen.
No, shooting.
A big
and the thing is,
player.
if Denver has a bad shooting night, they get points in the paint.
Yeah.
And they said they shoot free throws. They won't shoot 2 free throws like Miami.
Yeah.
Jimmy Butler, 13 points. Who's the next superstar to look to? They have Jokic, you have Murray, you have Michael Porter.
Tyler might be back for game 2.
Yeah,
Tyler Hero is also a big time player for Miami.
But Tyler is small.
He's small.
And he's been out for a while. Again, it's
David
his size.
versus Goliath kind of thing. But
size does matter.
Give David a little chance in this NBA finals. As I said, the only chance I see Miami have, they have to try to play more inside. Try to get these guys in some foul trouble. Get one of the stars, whether it's Jamal or Nurkic. You need to get one of them off the court very early. Get them.
But even if they do, I see other players stepping up.
Yeah, but
I mean, you have players
but you know they can't win without these guys. And I tell you, even when Miami made that run in the fourth quarter, it's the 2 stars step up and start and give them a bucket here and there. But at the end, that's the only chance I think Miami have. They have to get. I mean,
they made it to the finals based on pedigree. They did. Of course. They earned their way there and they hustle.
And they're going to make adjustments. I think
they have heart.
Maybe they're not going to double team.
They have a big coach.
Maybe not double teaming Nicola. That's another thing. Just let him score. Give him that similar to what they did to Bam, because that was a game plan. Let Bam have him way at the top of the key. I think maybe if they can make Nicola just score. Score more. Score 50.
Score 50.
Score 50, but those don't make him pass the ball.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Maybe
don't get other people
involved. You got
to
try something.
But what are you going to do on the offensive end, though? Because I said too much big bodies out there on the court.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Jimmy B gonna get a go off.
Jimmy
have to step up. You can't be scoring 13 points.
Jimmy B stepping up. So Jimmy B
13 points in the NBA Finals game 1.
That's game 1. But
all right.
Let us see if Jimmy can make the adjustment.
Jimmy have to average over 30 points in the series.
I agree.
And let's see if him can do it.
No, he's capable. He's a big time player.
No, not against these cats. These cats are these cats are huge.
But I'm talking
some jungle cats.
From my perspective, that's a chance.
Yeah,
Jimmy would have to play great every night.
And I said
Tyler Hero
they have bodies can put on him.
Tyler Hero must come back to give them a chance. Cause he's a live shooter out there on the wing.
Caleb Martin, to me, was the MVP of
the previous round.
Eastern Conference Finals. They gave it to Jimmy Butler, but I mean, it could go either which way.
Yeah.
And he has to play that role again, where
of course
he the facilitator, he does the dirty plays, scores the timely buckets. I mean, that energy, defensive back and forth. But how can you do that against these guys that are just going to
the size?
Size, I'm telling you, I remember a player where Airgun got the ball in the post and just pound back and he just disappear off the court. Rise up over him and score.
I remember, sometimes in the finals, you when you start missing, another team start score. But as I said, let's see how it happens. But anyway, what's your thoughts on the Boston team? Do you think they should break up Tatum and Brown?
Yeah, I think so.
You think they should move on?
I think so, yeah. I think Boston should sit out next NBA season. After
losing
coming back from 3-0 down, coming
that was
3-0.
your prediction last week, right?
Yeah, and Boston coming into Game 7
Yeah.
and losing in that manner on their home court. I think Boston, they should petition to the NBA to Boston to sit out next year NBA season.
1 year old.
1 year old. They should be banned from the league after that display in Game 7.
Yeah.
After coming back from 3-0 down and playing that subpar in the first 3 games, you played subpar. You threw away a couple games. The next 3 games, step it up a bit because desperation. And you carry it home. And then I don't know if it's where relax or where what happened, but I don't see how, in what realm, Boston can lose that Game 7 at home. In that manner, by probably 20 plus points.
You don't think all the Boston players play the same way, with the exception of maybe Williams and
Robert Williams?
Yeah, with the exception of Robert Williams. Brown, they all
He's
play
jacking
the
up
same
trees.
way. So I'm saying
Peter hates him.
They all play the same way, and there's no even with the pick and roll, it doesn't even make sense to run a pick and roll because the two of them is at the same size. So the players are guarding them is at the same size. There's no mismatch.
Boston is too inconsistent.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's down to coaching, but
I think coaching is a part of it. And a lot of it the players have to take some of the blame.
But they slack off in the first round against Atlanta.
Yeah.
They slack off again against Philly. Remember, Harden didn't play the game on, you know. Not Harden. Embiid
didn't play game on.
And Philly won on Boston's home court without Embiid. So we see where this Boston team each round having to close against Atlanta, series 2-2. Embiid don't play game 1 and you're at home and you lose to James Harden and Doc Rivers on the home court. And then now you go down 3-0 to Miami, come back. I mean,
you know, as Garfield said I said great interview with Garfield, the premiere of the show, our short film there. Garfield said you have to know how to use what you have.
Yeah.
And I thought Boston, they don't know how to use what they have yet.
Yeah.
You know, they have all the tools. They
Our
have
first call out.
the most talented team.
Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to Primal Sports. Oh, you sound like you're celebrating. Oh gosh, man. I was awaiting this call. There's a lot of noise in the background though.
I didn't really watch the game, but looking at something on social media, only for bad decision by the referee and all of that.
Which game your background is too noisy.
Manchester United team.
About that, too much interference.
We know we were about to get into. We know Manchester City already and the big champions.
2-1, Man City won.
Yes.
Yeah, so
that was a citizen right there.
Yeah, that was a citizen calling, but it too noisy.
Let's see if I can clear up the background there.
Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to Primal Sports.
Yeah, good afternoon. I just come out the noise.
Thank you. We have over 30,000 people listening, and we are expecting you to give us a breakdown of your team because every week you come on and preach this Man City to us. And I mean, I hope you don't pop the second champagne bottle as yet. You haven't? What you waiting on?
Honestly, I didn't even watch the game.
Yeah.
I came in late this morning and
No, you had a festive Friday night.
I didn't even put out the effort to watch it though.
Oh, you
I already got the World Cup, to be honest. But this week I don't want to miss a second out of the Champions League final.
See?
So that one is what we really need.
Yeah.
We don't even want it more than how we need it. Because they ranked us from that game.
But I think you can satisfy with a double, right? Satisfy with a double is a successful season and call it that.
Yeah, I mean, we have been successful so far. You cannot question what we have done for the past several months and previous years before. Playing ever so well, this beauty. City ingredient the game, put in a lot of spice to it.
Yeah.
You know?
Alright, and Gundogan with a double today. I hear that the players say late in the season.
Gundogan underrating. Some people don't give him the props he deserves. But truly, from my heart, I'm speaking, he's one of my favorite City players.
Yeah.
Because how he do the game, he's very intelligent. He's the most intelligent footballer we have.
I would give that to Bernardo Silva. I would say Bernardo Silva though.
Bernardo didn't know the game
so
well.
Yeah.
You know, he was the first signing for Pep Guardiola.
Yeah, I know that.
Well,
yeah. Yeah. So people say late in the season and these matches, Gundogan turn into prime Zidane. Your volume is a bit low. You can speak up more for me. Your volume just went low. We can't hear you. Yeah, speak up in the front.
I was talking about a relationship with some club and the players that were bought from them.
Yeah.
How they develop our club and improve us in many areas. I was saying Batman sell us early in the land, Akanji,
yeah.
Benfica, Edison, Ruben Diaz, Bernardo Silva grew up in Benfica.
Yeah.
So I mean, you know.
So with City winning the double now, and I guess winning against your noisy neighbors, that I'm sure you're elated about that.
And which there was the last team to win the treble and the only team to do so to date.
Yeah.
And I know they come out with everything.
I mean, English team.
Of course.
English team to win the treble because we know Barcelona won the treble already.
Right, no man, I'm talking in
England. Okay, you have to break that. You have to break that down for us. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, most people who don't understand a lot of.
You have to break it down. Remember, we have a lot of viewers listening. But the question I have for you, or I want you to give us right now, you already won the double. You won the league comfortable as you predicted. You won the FA Cup final over Manchester United. Give us a breakdown of the Champions League final next week before it happens. What you see happening. Obviously, we know that you see Man City winning. But give us a breakdown, a preview of the Champions League final in your eyes from a biased Man City fan standpoint.
Honestly speaking.
Well, from a, yeah.
Coming up against an Italian team in the final is not the best opponent you want to face in a final. The coach even said it himself. But what I love, and they can see that for the past maybe probably the last 20 games or more, they can see Manchester City found their best level. Can you imagine? We rotate so much and we have a best level. Consistently playing in every game.
Yeah.
So I won't see no changes.
Yeah.
The only person come out of that equation and come back in, and it was a plus, and he find back in space in the team. It's Skywalker.
Yeah.
But Nathan Akeka, he was injured.
Yeah.
But we have a certain level. I want to put that certain level out there. No one in the world. Yeah,
so break it down for me. Give me a score. Goal scorers, Man City 3-0, double from Holland, assist from De Bruyne.
Scoreline I predicted will be 3-0, 4-0.
Oh, what?
3-0, 4-0 next week.
Yeah,
against the talent.
If them score, they might score a goal, probably against the runner play.
Wow.
City will win
comfortably. So Erling Haaland double, Kevin De Bruyne assist, Gundogan goal. That's how you see it playing out.
Kevin De Bruyne will assist. I might score also.
Yeah.
He have something to prove, and trust me, he needed it as well.
Okay.
Haaland will score.
That's what I want to hear from you. That's what the viewers want to hear. Scoreline, who's scoring, City 80% ball possession. I mean, one-sided affair, dominance by Man City. That's what I want to hear from you. Go out on the limb, man.
It's going to be
comfortable.
All right. Is that good?
I have Inter Milan winning in extra time, 2-1.
All right. So it's a good thing that you can call her right after the match next week, Saturday.
Yeah.
Boy, it's a full love.
Yeah, because we'll be doing Primal.
I don't see that. I don't see Man City scoring 4 goals against this team.
To be very comfortable, I did tell you against Real Madrid, and you was doubting.
Not with that type of wing back. No, you know.
Come on, Vinga.
Not with that wing back. But let us see though. Let us see. I remember you call in right after the match next week. It fit right in.
You'll be watching the match next week, right?
Because guess what happened now? We're going all out. Final game of the season.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing to lose.
I agree. I agree, but I don't agree with the scoreline. Yeah.
Anytime tempo job, look who's coming off the bench. Riyad Mahrez.
Fast car. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Argentina, champion of the World Cup.
Also, Latour Martinez has something to prove, and he's on that Inter Milan side. And I think that he'll run the front line, and he's a doggish type player, and he has a point to prove as well.
Yeah, all them players are done.
So.
We're going to have him in his package.
All right,
Okay,
City.
all right, Citizen. Thanks
All
for
right.
the call.
Yeah, man.
Big up.
Next week. They're not Inter team. Man.
Yeah.
I watch them play. Them guys rough.
Barella.
Yeah, there's no soft
Checo.
soap over there.
Yeah, Latour Martinez, Bastoni. I'm going with the Italians. But, you know, I'm biased.
Yeah.
I want Italians. Although Roma lost to Sevilla early in the week on penalties. Sevilla, the kings of Europa League. Jose Mourinho had a lot to say during and after the match, and felt, you know, some decisions went against him. But Sevilla, a top side, and seems to own the competition. Their 7th title in the past, I think, 15 years.
Wow.
But they've been dominant in that competition, and hats off to both finalists, Sevilla and Roma. They played to a 1-1 draw, went to penalties, and you know my take on penalties. Penalties is somewhat the flip of a kind. Who holds their cool at the end of the day in the penalty shootout? And I mean,
Really said
anything.
flip of a kind though.
I mean, it heads or tails. It can land on any one of them. I think that any team can win on a penalty shootout. Yeah. Like if Man City and Inter Milan goes to penalties, who you think will win? Any team can win. Yeah. But if the game is played over 90 minutes.
I think is more about the nerves and who can come.
But how do you know who can control it more?
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Both team of experienced players,
for
professionals.
Me, whenever England go to a penalty shootout, I know England will lose. You know, that's just. I know. I will give Germany.
So that means
I give Germany the edge over every team in terms of penalty shootout and based on their history. You know,
I wouldn't give them over Italy.
You wouldn't give them over Italy.
No,
but I think it has something to do with nerves as well.
But how do you know? Even this club set up players out there with nerves. How do you know?
Well, he can know the players who tough from.
Yeah, but you're picking your best 5 to kick. Just
5.
like Italy versus England when Italy won in the Euro Championships. The best penalty on Italy's side or in the world is Jorginho.
I think you can train to
the
kick
best penalty kicker of all time, statistically.
Is Jorginho?
One of is Jorginho. And to seal the deal, Italy versus England, Jorginho stepped up and Jorginho missed.
The best penalty under what circumstance?
Conversion rate.
It's more than that. You're correct. It depends on the circumstance. Let me explain something to you.
Penalty shootouts are mostly like finals.
But hold on, a penalty taker, right? You can have a match and you're leading and somebody gets the penalty. Ronaldo take those kind of penalties, and England captain take a lot of those kind of penalties. Well, we're not talking about that. We're talking about high pressure moment. We're talking about 4 kicks, and you have a kick to win the match. Is that a different kick?
So who you
remember when Messi kicked the ball? Was it Messi that kissed the ball or Platini? One of them. They kissed the ball, and this man a kick ball for a living and kick the ball 30 feet above the goal. It's situational.
Yeah, precisely. So who do you know how can you tell if a player will hold his nerves, yes or no?
Some people have ice water in them veins, you know.
But how you know?
I don't know, but I'm
precisely.
telling you.
So if Inter Milan and Man City goes to a penalty shootout, who's going to win?
We don't know.
That's my point.
I will go with the rougher team. I think the ruffians them tend to be more tougher. I will go with the Italian team all the time in a penalty and the German team.
Roma versus Sevilla. Roma is an Italian team. Roma lost to Sevilla.
No, it's a club team, so I said it might have a mixture
there you go.
but
That's what I'm
in
saying.
terms of, let's just say World Cup, in terms of World Cup, I will never go with England in a penalty shootout.
I will never go with England in anything.
I will never go against Germany
In a penalty shootout?
in a penalty shootout situation. Never.
You
So
think-
Germany versus Italy, who are you going with?
No, that's the toughest one.
There you go.
No,
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying those two teams historically.
My
you know
point
that
is
they're-
a
they're-
penalty shootout,
But
anything can happen.
they're trained to know that. Don't worry about the moment. Just focus on where you want to.
If
kick the
Man
ball.
City
and
and
them
Inter-
alone have the secret sauce.
if
That's
Man
what they're
City,
saying. Them alone have the secret.
if Man City
I'm
and
just saying
Inter
that
Milan
those teams
plays,
generally
if Man City and Inter Milan plays a 90-minute match, like for instance Champions League final, 9 out of 10 times, Man City will win, right?
Yeah.
Based on their form and how
Yeah,
we play,
yeah,
I think that Man City is the better team, and 9 out of 10, I think Inter will win next week. But if they kick a penalty shootout 10 times, you think Man City will 9 out of 10? It probably 5 out of 5.
Hold on,
5.
hold on. How did we get here?
confidence.
Are you saying that the match is going to end in a penalty shootout?
No, I'm just saying that.
No, I'm saying penalty shootout was lottery.
lottery, I'm just saying,
Just like
so.
what you said.
I'm saying Roma Sevilla was touching the Europa League
I don't
finals.
think it's always that way. I think the team that trains and have that psychology in terms of all of that. I think
All
that
of them
team,
have that.
So you think we can be prepared for a penalty
No,
shootout?
let me tell you something.
No, I think that Inter Milan win 2-1 extra time.
Here. You know, you can have a psychologist and all of that, sport, whatever it is, the case is. But you see, if you never born a certain way,
Yes.
no matter how much, when the pressure reach you, you're going to go right back.
Yes.
So a player like Maradona, and I said him never miss a penalty before.
Okay.
But I say a player like Maradona, you can count on that man 90% of the time to come up with the goods in a penalty kick. Yeah, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
So
Messi
even though
too.
all the teams
Messi
might
too.
have a psychologist
Messi
and
as
all
well.
of these things, I believe that you have to watch the ones that might come from down in the dark part of the, you know that type of upbringing.
The doghouse.
Yeah, man, those people.
I
tend to-
believe, though, that you must give credit also to goalkeepers.
Yeah.
I have seen some goalkeepers
the
who
goalkeepers,
they do a little wiggle and they put something in their head and them do a thing. You have
Is it
some
mind
goalkeepers
games?
going at the 1/3, you know, they don't go in the 50-50, you know. They go in the 1/3 and dare you to shoot like that.
Yeah.
You have keepers who do that, you know.
Yes.
Some of those keepers like Schmeichel and them, man, so big that when them come, so you don't even see space in front of the goal, you know.
Yes, it's a mind thing too. Well, it's all mind.
And some keepers cheat. There are some keepers who jump
up
forward. Just
like
as
Campos,
you kick your
Campos.
foot back, they jump forward. Some keepers cheat.
Yeah. But, I mean, next week should be an
What's the name of
interesting
the
final.
Argentine keeper? I think he was cheating at them penalty kicks.
Emilio Martinez.
Yes, I think he was cheating.
Yeah.
And when he's walking past the penalty taker, him saying something.
Sevilla's keeper was Marco's keeper, Marco Worker's
Yes,
keeper.
yes.
And they won and he made some big saves.
Yes, I saw that.
midweek.
Yes.
So as I said, it's down to keeper as well.
keeper
But
can
so
put
you
something in
going
the
with
head.
City next week.
Yeah, I have to give it to Manchester City. I didn't want to
Who you
give it to
going
them. I'm a recent convert.
I love how the Italian they play rough, and I don't think City get the space what them want. And for
People
play
don't
lovely
mean-
football,
hey.
I think them because we watch a match in here and them play rough. Them don't give you no space. Them not gonna allow you to turn and this and pass pretty fast.
common sense will tell me Man City, but my heart wants Italian team to win.
Well,
But hey,
gonna be a
I
tough
saw
game. I don't think it's
nothing.
gonna
Can
be
I
a
tell you something?
landslide.
I saw nothing in the semi-final from the derby.
Yeah.
I saw nothing that told me that they could win a football match against Man City.
Peter, you're not looking
I
at
saw a tight defense. Hold on, don't get me wrong, you know. I saw a tight defense.
Yeah.
But goals win matches. You and me
Yeah,
been
but-
saying defense win matches. I don't think they count defense. And it's goals that count.
but this Inter team has attacking prowess because they have Lautaro
I didn't
Martinez,
see it.
they have
Kane-
Dzeko, they have Lukaku coming
Kane,
off the
I
bench.
did not
They're
see it.
giving- both teams not giving nobody.
So
no
you don't
space.
think Man City is going to get any
I think-
space?
No.
I
yeah,
think
and
that Man City
will give them
attacking
space.
midfield and forwards, Man City is going to
It's a one-half match. It's not two legs.
Yes, I agree.
So hey, I think it's going to be closer than that 4-love.
You know what it comes down to?
Yeah.
Will they be able to neutralize Haaland? Which is what I've noticed.
Yeah.
Teams have been
They
doing.
can, yeah.
Teams have been neutralizing Haaland, you know. by
Inter
making him-
has
Peter,
big,
yeah.
strong, fast, quick defenders.
Who's the two top midfielders for City? De Bruyne, right?
Yeah, and Gundogan.
Kevin
yeah.
De Bruyne and yeah.
it's not Holland them need to worry about, you know. Them more about them 2 man there.
No. What I'm saying.
What
I'm
two
saying.
man down.
Yes.
And Holland have nothing to do. Holland is not like a skill pillow come back and take ball.
What they've been doing is forcing them put the early pressure and force Holland to be playing up in the midfield and things.
Yeah, that's what they want.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. And that seemed to be the tactic to keep him quiet.
Even so, the breakdown with City versus Real Madrid was Bernardo Silva out wide. That's how they break down.
Only because he was the forgotten man.
Yeah.
If you notice, who's scoring for Man City now?
The Madrid game.
Yeah, Madrid game.
Yeah, the coach has been locking out Haaland and I forget the other forward. But what's his name? The English guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've been locking them out.
Jack Grealish. Grealish, yeah.
But what I notice is happening now is the goals coming from the other guys.
Yeah.
The supporting cast.
Gundogan, Bernardo Silva.
Well, it should be an interesting game, and it should be.
I think the Man City half was more competitive, better stacked, and
Man City is a better team.
Yeah, I think they're the better team.
But I think
They're
this
on
Inter
paper the
team is
better team,
underrated.
yeah.
And they have veterans out there, and plus, I mean, they have a strike force. Jacob Martinez up front can do damage. Midfield is loaded. They have Brozovic, you have Barella.
But Kane, I need to switch subjects. I know you're an athletics man.
Yeah.
Where the Jamaicans them?
Yeah, we're just wrapping up with football because
but
we're wrapping up with football now. We're going to the Racers Grand Prix.
Racers
Grand Prix.
6 o'clock today at the stadium.
Racers Grand Prix, no Jamaicans
home
there.
side.
Other than the hurdlers. Leave out the male hurdlers and where are the Jamaicans?
I don't know.
I
see Jon Blake in Rome. Why does he go to a meet in Rome? Obviously for the money. To come 7. How much him come?
7.
To come 7 and run 10 point something. Jon Blake. Do you think the fat lady sing on Jon Blake?
No. He met the team.
He'll be a relay runner.
He met the team. He'll probably make the top 3. Come trials.
I saw a statistic.
Who's going to make the top 3?
I saw a statistic. Yeah.
Seville, Akeem Blake.
Obviously those two.
Yeah. And Krumah?
No, sir.
He's still injured, isn't he?
He's recovered.
Is he recovered?
Let me tell you something.
He's fine-tuned.
When you go up against the big boys as a junior, it's a little bit different.
But he's a big junior.
He's a big junior because
he's been under 10 seconds once in his life, right? I don't think he's a big boy.
You're probably right. I don't see him beating Blake.
But how much people's running under 10 seconds for Jamaica?
How many people running under 10 seconds in the world? There's about 8 or 9 people gone under 10 seconds already. So I don't think going on.
But all of these guys out. Yes. Give me the list, Ken. All of them out.
The Jamaicans you're talking.
Yeah, for the meet today, right here.
Yeah, but Dale, you know how galling.
Here, all of these guys.
I'm saying it's very galling to have these guys come to Jamaica, walking up and down. They're eating out with food. They're taking away our girls and all this kind of thing. Who's going to defend the country?
So later, Julian Ford is out. Sachin Dennis is out.
Sachin Dennis, Julian Ford.
Akeem Blake is out. Oblique Civil is out.
And the Americans are here.
Yeah.
Coleman is here. Coleman is here. And Noah Lyles is here. And they're going to be coming down. They're going to push out them chests and walk down the track and all that. And we sitting in the stands cheering them on. Well, is that a good look?
No.
I want to tell you, if it was table tennis, I'd be out there defending the city.
But even on the girls' side, you're right. I don't really see anything happening.
Where are the girls? Where is
Sherka Jackson will be running
200 meters.
Yeah.
But where are the girls?
I think the 100. I think she's running
the 100.
Yeah. With the Clayton twins and Brianna Williams.
What's the new girl? Alana Reed.
Alana Reed.
Is she running?
No, she's not running. No.
Jeez, and I'm on the, you know what I'm glad about? Please don't make Shakari come. Because Shakari would come to Jamaica.
Yeah, Shakari is not.
No, but I'm saying if she had come to Jamaica, it would have been a big disgrace because we hate her so much and nobody could defend against her.
But even so, let's try to highlight the event.
Some
big names are there running.
Yeah.
Noah Lyles.
Yes.
Toby Amason to me.
I respect Noah Lyles.
Toby Amason,
I respect Noah Lyles.
world record holder in the 100-meter hurdles, will be running.
Yeah.
She'll be running against the likes of Kerika Hill, Megan Tapper.
Yes.
I mean, the men's hurdles. We have Broadbell, we have Parchment, we have Tyler Mason, we have...
What's Tapper flash in the pan? Come to Tapper.
No, she's normally...
She's doing good.
She's an Olympic medalist.
Bronze medalist.
But even so...
Medalist. She's an Olympic medalist.
The time that she did to win that medal, she's consistent at running that time.
Yeah.
Because you can run a race, a medal in the race.
Yes.
She's consistent.
Yes. My impression of her is she's too small to be running these hurdles.
But remember, my view on the women's hurdles, the height.
Yes.
The height's too low.
I think they should increase the height.
Why?
Brittany Anderson out for the
She's
Brittany
too
Anderson's
slow.
up, but the field in the 100-meter hurdles
Yes.
for women in Jamaica is probably our deepest field.
I know, but is
Qualitative-wise.
Amazon going to come down here with a Jamaican coach, I believe, right? Is she going to come to Jamaica and just walk over us?
She walk over the world. She's the world record holder.
You have to defend. This is a sprint
No,
factory.
but you defend it against who?
Listen,
Peter, I think you have to remember that. You say,
Tabo Amazon is legit.
Our trials coming up,
Yes.
this month. And
so you think that's where everybody hiding?
I think people kind of reserving themselves a bit more because they want to make that team.
That's what you say.
It's important to make the world championship and go to the world championships
Yes.
and medal.
You know the question I have though
Appearance
is that
fees.
Doesn't the Diamond League not play the money anymore?
It seems, as I said, it seems as if from bowl time it watered down a little bit.
Yes, because the Diamond League is
The marketing
losing
is
its
not
pull, man.
the marketing is definitely not the same for the meets. So sometimes you don't even know.
Yeah, I find it hard to keep track of the Diamond League now.
Yeah,
it's really falling off.
It's not the same. But as you said, part of it is a lot of the athletes not competing against each other. Back in the days, Bolt was running against everybody.
Yes.
And Gatlin was there and Tyson.
Fear no man.
Everybody
Fear no
was
man.
chirping, everybody was talking. So it kind of hype up the event, more money, appearance fee. Right now,
Yeah.
everybody's just ducking.
I see Bolt is saying that he thinks he could help world athletics by
course he
becoming
could.
more of a frontman.
And he should. He
really?
should.
Is he going to run or is he
Not
going to
run,
help?
but I think him should try help because him still
How
need
would he
to
help though?
promote
How
this.
you think he would help?
I think
He
he's
He would come and do his
he's a
post,
face to the sport.
and we would watch the event. We watching the event because of a man on the side.
No,
or-
not we.
But-
Maybe not we.
but even so,
the
Peter-
world will be watching.
We have traveled, and I'm telling you,
Yes, he's big.
you see both big.
That's
When them
not
see
what I'm
Jamaica-
asking.
But
That's
so if
not
you
what I'm
can,
asking.
so if him can,
I think his presence.
if he's the
will
brand
bring.
ambassador for the IAAF, and he plays more of a front role of even going to say Seychelles for a meet, Myanmar, those countries, Indonesia.
He can draw
'Cause
people.
Trust me,
And he's not running? You think people will come to watch a non-running Bolt?
I get what you're saying, but
Bolt is one of the most. Is probably the most gifted.
if you can use him in a
My
way,
question is, how useful is a non-running Bolt to the IAAF?
Bolt is special.
I think he'll do more good than bad.
Some people,
yeah, man.
outside of Jamaica,
You just want to see him and
they just want to touch
the
him. It's one of
autograph.
the fastest thing that ever exists on the planet. It's
Imagine
a gift.
him
It's
going to a
it's
meet in
it's like him
Indonesia.
trained to get it. It's like gift. The man gifted. Like some.
I understand that,
Yeah,
but
that
but
Michael
that was
Jackson
when he
effect.
was running. That was when he was running.
Still won't want. Him still have
So
that
in other words,
presence.
you would pay $100 to go watch Mariah Carey lip sync to our old songs because she can't sing them anymore. You go pay money to go
No, but
watch her.
people would.
Peter,
But people-
I would.
people
watch-
would.
I
And you would go,
Not
you,
me,
you would
but
go
people
to
would.
racers track meet, spend your money just for Bolt to drive up in a car and sit in the seat.
People
No,
would.
Or wave to the crowd?
Not for we, but
Yeah.
Europeans
People
would. The Chinese
Europeans
would.
I think
the
it was
Asians
The
would.
Asians would, but we probably would not do that because we are of a different.
I think you're
Imagine.
suggesting
You
that.
know, we all feel like we're better than everybody already.
Yeah.
You know the
Yeah,
Jamaican
Jamaicans
thing.
are, yeah. So
I think you're suggesting that we are somehow we know the secret and they don't know the secret.
no,
And I don't
No.
know if
it's just that we.
So you don't think Bolt could add to it? Add
I'm
value
not sure.
to
I
it?
just wanted to know how.
You want, like
I
how
heard
he
he
would-
thought he could get.
I
a
don't
role.
think he will do any bad, even if it's a failure. I don't think he will do the sport any bad.
Yeah, man.
If it fails, he
Right now,
won't
Peter,
put the
we
sport
don't-
in.
So what you're saying, guys, is
an
that the
attempt.
current stars do not have enough power to attract people to the game.
No.
Yeah, I tell you something, I hate to keep coming back to table
Sha'Carri-
tennis.
Sha'Carri
I hate to
was-
keep coming back to
yeah,
table
yeah,
tennis. But I had a long rivalry with Joseph Dibbs. And people used to come to watch the clash between me and Dibbs. And after that, me and Dibbs left the sport to two lesser,
I don't know about that.
two little man.
I don't know.
And
I don't know about that.
and during that time, I don't know. We struggled to find a poster boy for the table
Oh,
tennis.
boy.
Yeah, that rivalry wasn't that long. It was about 4 years.
As you know, in sports, you need
Yeah, you need that
controversy,
sauce. You need that
some-
sauce.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
need
yeah.
to have a little. You know, that's why people always love watch Casper.
As Govey would say.
Casper going to take up the barrier this
full of
time.
sauce.
Casper going to throw with a net or throw over the table.
Yes.
What is he coming
Need
with?
some characters in
Apart
this
from
sport.
the
But
playing
I will
style.
admit it, you know, athletics has lost its shine this year. Of
course. No,
This
not
with the
necessarily.
pulling out, no, but this year in particular,
Especially, I agree.
with Lamar Jacobs and Shellyan and all these other people not running. Why do we have athletics if people not running?
Yeah.
Even growing up, I watch sport, the track and field, there were some sort of characters like, I remember Isimbaeva, pole vaulter,
Yes.
trying to attempt that record and not
Yes.
He used
stop.
to watch it.
Watch it and she gave a little dance.
Yes.
The high jumper, Vlasic used to give a little dance at the end of the...
There's an Australian girl too. Before every race, she gave this little thing. People like those kind
People
of
like those
gimmicks.
characters, but the
Yes.
sport normalizes Shakari.
Yeah.
So the Americans kind of trying to pull the sport.
I think Shakari is pulling. Is pulling.
She's the most interesting person in athletics.
By
Hate her
far,
or love
by
her,
far,
she's
by
the
far.
character
Yes.
that...
Not even Shelley can come to
Shakari.
Shakari. pull in
Shellyan's
terms of-
persona is the nice girl.
Yeah.
And nice girls will get a certain amount of following, but not a lot. People not looking for nice girls. They want bad gal, Shakari.
Controversy. Beat her chest and talk the talk. Even if you're not walking the walk, because she obviously don't walk the walk it, but everybody knows Shakari's name.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And she hasn't won
Especially
anything.
Jamaicans.
And she hasn't won anything yet, but why is that? Because she's good for marketing.
I think if
And
Racers
marketing is
Track
good for the
Club
sport.
wanted to break even or make some money, come here, them not make no money this year. I think if Racers Track Club wanted to think that they would have invited Shakari and make her come and talk trash, the stadium would be full.
I tell you something.
Yeah.
I
And
don't
not
give-
a
I don't give her
booze
more-
and-
I don't
Yeah.
give her more money than everybody.
Yes.
Yeah,
As
just
a
to come.
parents
I
team.
think so.
Yeah.
And the
I think
stadium
so.
would be, everybody would be there.
Yes.
I'll probably
Yes.
think about going there.
Yes.
Yeah.
If Shakari was there,
Yeah.
we would be there. So admit it, man.
We'll probably still be there
She's
though.
a
We just
big draw.
said we'll still
She's
be
a
there.
big draw.
Yeah, but she's marketing. Sports is about marketing, and one thing with the Americans, they know to market their sports.
Yes,
They
true.
know to get characters out there, build storylines, build headlines. So for the Graces Grand Prix, what is the headline for the Graces Grand Prix?
I think it's probably
It's a 200 meters.
Yeah,
It's
no
no
lies,
lies
yeah.
for me.
Yeah,
And Coleman,
should-
Coleman running 1 and 2 or just the one?
I think just the one.
He will
So-
win the one easily. We don't have any Jamaican. No Jamaican will go on the 10.1.
Golson,
That's
I think
really
Golson is on the verge of.
He will
the cut for-
break 10.
I think sometime
You
this
promise
season.
us that? No, I'm talking racers. You promise us that?
I don't know the type of form he's in, but I think at the trials, he'll do good. He'll finish in the top 6. Golson
Let me
out of
tell you,
GC
do we
first
have a
half.
Jamaican under 20 seconds? 200 meter runner?
The kid from America.
Is that guy a Jamaican? Is a Jamaican?
Hudson.
Is he under 20 seconds this season?
Hold on.
I don't know.
I can't. I have to check back on that, but it's close to it.
He's not under 20 seconds this
Not
season.
for
How
this
many
season.
persons running on at 20 seconds? I mean,
Maybe the two Americans.
1967.
Knighton and Lyles, that's all we care about,
see,
you know.
Sherika Jackson running a good time last week at Diamond League, and she'll be running today
You
again.
know, Sherika is consistent.
Yeah.
We do have no doubt.
Yeah, but give her our props.
And she not
for the
hide.
200.
And I
And
really,
she not hide, she
I'm
run.
looking forward to the 200 for
And
the
she
World
ain't ducking.
Championship.
No, she not.
She running.
In the 200, I give her our props.
And we see her running.
Okay.
We not wondering what going on over there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've not
cause
seen Elaine as yet.
Oh,
I've not heard
Elaine.
anything.
Ilian, what's the story with her?
I have no
Is she
idea.
going to even run this year?
I'm wondering.
You had announced
So which
that
year she's
you,
good in?
no,
I'm
no.
wondering if she's
Mr.
gonna make
Kane
the
Watson
team.
said she wasn't going to make the team.
yeah,
Oh,
No, I
you have a
was
call.
wondering if she'd actually make
yeah, that's what I said. So,
him, you know.
hello, good afternoon. Welcome to Primal Sports. Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to Primal Sports. One.
If nobody doesn't appreciate the Primal Sports team, I do.
I'm sure it's not you alone, but we know you do.
Wonderful sports program every single Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it, and I'm just hoping that one day we can see you guys every single day.
Oh,
Where?
Well, I don't know.
Every day. Well, I mean, if the Bucks are right, you know, I'll probably create our own TV station, rival CVM and
No,
TVG.
let me ask you a question. Let me just ask my question.
Primal TV.
Wait, Kane.
And got the little blue side of Manchester.
The little blue side.
Truly.
I don't think Manu played the best football, but that's Ten Hag's criticism.
But I don't think Man U's best football can beat Man City this season, perhaps.
Otherwise, that's still a good game. I don't think they will get in trouble. I think Inter Milan.
You're hoping, as a Man U fan, you're hoping.
Oh, really? You don't think they'll get the trouble?
I'm not being biased, but
Eh.
it's something that they want this it's not been the Champions League has not been in Italy for quite a while. And then since Mourinho was there.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think it's fair to say that they have been flying under the radar throughout the Champions League. Nobody was looking at them, and they're there. And they show what they can do. So it's just up to them now to just go there and just execute on the day.
Yeah.
I know the momentum is in City right now, but as you can say, it's not at the Etihad.
But you have not presented a single reason why they're going to win, you know.
He's a Man U fan. That's the only reason.
I don't know a single
The
reason.
reason is because he's a Man U fan.
I'm hating on City, eh?
NBA, I think Miami getting seed. It's just
Wow.
it was just so distasteful to watch that game because
Lopsided.
it's as if Denver was just playing around and ultimately they went into second gear.
It's true.
Yeah.
Literally was
Unfortunately, it's true.
Just telling them like chat and balls. I said, hey, you carry on now. Alright, let the kids have a good time. Get some points. Alright, my time now.
Yeah.
Get some points again. Alright, my time now.
I mean, but the NBA is a game of runs, and so I expected Miami to push at some point in time, but I think Denver is miles ahead of them. Yeah.
Different class.
Yeah, different
They
class.
showed me in parts of the game that they can actually win a game without Jokic.
No, well, we already know this.
At his best, they can win the game.
No, well, the thing is, Jokic impacts the game not only on the stat sheet, just his presence on the court.
Oh, sorry.
They have so many shooters, and I think if you rest Jokic for a good quarter, the rest of the team is going to pull up the socks. They're going to go at them because they want to prove that they can do it without him, even something goes bad. And they showed that in the first quarter and stuff when he only had one shot.
Yeah.
Even though he was doing his defensive duty, he was grabbing the rebounds. I think around 6 rebounds or so, but they showed that they can do it without him. More showed that he cannot be at his top game in the first quarter. The team can still.
No, but he was at his top game. He just did it from a different standpoint. He doesn't necessarily have to score. He had 10 assists in the first half. How many players do you think ever done that in an NBA Finals, to have 10 assists in the first half of an NBA Finals game? So that only impacts the game from the scoring standpoint. He gets everybody involved. And I'm saying some things necessarily don't show up on the stat sheet.
Don't you think, though, sometimes he could have turned and shoot? Sometimes that man passed the ball
when he can,
unnecessarily.
yeah. I wouldn't say it's unnecessary, but he gets other players involved.
But he does have the turnaround hook shot and thing there. Him don't use it enough. Him don't use it enough. He's passing out the ball way too often.
But the team is involved.
The Denver team is well balanced. It's been one of the most balanced teams since. I think the only team could be compared to this one would have been the Golden State with KD and Clay and Curry and Draymond. Before that, I think the Bulls.
I think Chicago Bulls. I don't see anything but Chicago Bulls.
But those teams have superstar power.
And maybe Miami with Shaquille and
But the difference
Dwayne Wade.
The difference with those teams you just mentioned, those teams had superstar powers. This Denver team, when you compare it to the league, is not necessarily full of superstars. They are now coming to that light where we're saying, all right, this guy's a superstar, that guy's a superstar. But before this season, those two players or this team wouldn't say, oh, all right. But those teams, you name KD, Steph, Clay, Draymond, you go back to the Bulls team, cool coach, Pippen, MJ, a superstar team, but Nikola Jokic now is coming into the light as a superstar. Most he won before this was a 2-time MVP. Jamal Murray coming back from injury. So this team is, to me, is one of the most all-rounded team outside of probably the Spurs. The Spurs was an all-rounded team with Manu Ginobili, Tony Parker, Tim Duncan as a star. I mean,
Kawhi them in the background.
Even before Kawhi, you had what's his name, Bruce Bowen. You had, I mean, those teams to me were more all rounded.
Torrey and those guys.
Robert were more role players, players playing their role. But hey, you have to give it to this Denver team.
What people could say is this is a team.
Yeah, this is a team.
It's a
But
team,
Jokic has made it a team.
Yeah.
Because of the amount of passing from Jokic, he's made it into a better team.
Yeah,
He's
and
a
even so,
centerpiece. He's a centerpiece.
Jokic doesn't have to even score 20 points.
I know. But he could have scored more to me.
Yeah,
to me, him racking up them triple doubles. You know what I mean?
You accuse him of stat pass.
Yeah, man, him definitely doing it.
Come back for the last
I
rebound.
see some passes were never needed.
But even so, he had 9 rebounds going into the fourth quarter. And they played him just for him to get that one rebound. I know. That's what I'm saying. But then again, he looks good for TV. Remember, he looks good for TV as well.
I know, he's playing for this. Trust me on that.
So, I think Jokic can have a game where he scores 45 points, 7 rebounds, and 3 assists. And he can have a game where he scores 15 points, 15 rebounds, and 15 assists.
I know Kane said that this man will average a triple-double for every game in the finals.
Yeah, man, it's up to him.
Trust me, he's doing it on purpose. He's playing for the stats.
But it's good for the team. It gets the team involved.
I agree. So
it
no
gets
problem.
the team involved.
No problem from me.
Yeah. So you're predicting a sweep, right?
One of the hardest things Miami is going to do because they can't have their best offensive weapon with Jimmy Butler guarding Jokic. You're taking away something from him, taking away some of the offense.
I don't even think Jimmy Butler is a weapon. I don't consider him a weapon.
2 or 3 points and then going back to Jokic and Jokic.
The best thing Miami can do is just get the suntan out and prepare for the beach. So, beach, bring in the heat. I mean, to beat this Denver team, something just says happened. And I said, hey, link up with Valiant.
Only if the fix is in. Only if the fix is in. I don't see any other way.
All right, O'Neal.
All right, noisy neighbor from the Manchester side. All right, big up.
And them said no, Miami.
Yeah, I don't see the chance.
Spoelstra is a good coach, but we're gonna come with Duncan Robinson scoring 30 points off the bench. We're gonna come with what's his name? Highsmith off the bench. Caleb might gonna have a super.
And them said them a stat pad.
I wouldn't say stat padding, but
that's what I see happening on the court.
He's filling up this. I mean, there are points in the game where he could score.
I thought he made some passes because they're trying to use up the clock sometimes. You know, because I'm trying to figure out why does he not turn? He has a mismatch, you know? And he's a foot over the man who guarding him. Why not just turn you in the paint already and just make the hook? Him don't do it. Him pass the ball out.
But as Kane said, no matter who have the ball, it's a mismatch.
It's a mismatch.
That's true. But in the old days, you have a small team. The small team run rings around the big team. You know, nowadays.
No, but these guys are fast. They're not only big, they're fast.
I'm saying it used to be that you have a small player. He had advantages.
Yeah.
Of course, the small players do.
The Isaiah Thomas and those kind of guys.
They have advantages.
Yeah, but I'm not seeing it.
You're not seeing it. You're not seeing it yet.
These guys.
That's just game 1. You're not seeing it yet.
I see
you think Miami have the staff to do it? You think Miami have the staff to do it?
No. I think they're going to make it competitive, more competitive.
I can't see. Sorry, I can't see.
I think so.
But then we would have to go cold.
Absolutely.
Just miss wide open shots.
That's when I would feel that the fix is in.
Yeah.
That's when I would go. Yeah, I think.
And these guys are hungry and locked in. But yeah, I mean,
as I said, either here or there, I think they can.
We spend a lot of time on basketball.
Miami will come in with a different game plan. I think the coach, the staff of Miami,
next week we'll be recapping the NBA finals. And be like, it was a good season.
I'm sorry, we have a few minutes. We have a few minutes left. I just wanted to ask a question. What's your feeling about the tape? Primal Sports' first video production, film production. What was your feeling on it? You think it'll be of any use?
Of course, it's of good use, man. And that's the fact, the content, you know. If we talk more about the content in terms of Garfield Jones, talking to the youngsters, it was a good film. It was a good short film, and we know we're gonna do more in the future. You know, so I thought it was a good one. And as I said before, I think we were muted.
We apologize for that.
Yeah, so I have to apologize for that. But as I said, Kane, he said something that was important in terms of the kids having the tools, but you have to know how to
apply the tools and when to apply them. And
on another note, we went above 31,000 viewers and we crashed the servers in some areas of the USA. So we apologize for that blackout, and we're trying to grow the thing, to manage the thing, because it was a great occasion to have Garfield on.
Of course.
Yeah. Kane, are you inspired? You feel to get back in the game and start giving some competition? What's going on?
Right now, I feel inspired to do a short film. I mean, I'm wondering what you guys waiting on. I think I'm obsessed with a short film to give my prowess as not only as a tape tennis player, but as a sports commentator.
Yeah, man. Well, you're right there, you know.
I'm doing inroads, you know.
Yeah, the short film.
Do a short film and hand it to these radio stations or these TV stations. Say, hey, Primal need a spot. Because we're getting the traction, and I mean the feedback we're getting from Facebook, our Fit FM listeners out there on the western side of Jamaica, in the States, I mean, friends,
Worldwide.
family, they're telling me that not only that I'm doing a good job, that we are doing a good job. People look forward to Peter's sports commentary. People tell me, yo, Peter is a joke. I'm like, yo, I mean, you want to meet him in person. He's even a bigger joker. So we're doing, collectively, we're doing a good
And
team.
actually, Peter's sports commentary, I think he believe everything him saying. And a lot of people, I think he's joking away. I think Peter believe everything.
No.
As a jiu-jitsu specialist. Yeah, so, I mean, I think we had our own spice to the show and we're doing a good job. Thanks. And again, the show wouldn't be a success without our listeners, our viewers. I mean, the feedback on Facebook, as I said, listeners out there, Fit FM. So, big up everybody.
Of course,
and we hope to improve ourselves because we don't think this is the ceiling and give you a better output, and
and we have heard the criticisms of the background. We're going to give you guys a new background soon. We're just working out the technical.
So we try to be creative, innovative, and come with new ideas. The short film today was, hopefully the feedback we get was a success where we can even improve on that. And so we switched up to the different colors. And sometimes we match it, sometimes we mix, sometimes we match, but
good idea, dear.
Yeah. So, oh, jeez, I did. But tell me wardrobe problem.
Blame him for all wardrobe problems
here. But and I mean, time flies because we're out here having fun.
Who's up next?
But Peter, what we have on for next week? We know election is coming up. You promise.
2 things I can promise you next week. We'll have the same color shirts on. That's the first thing. And the president of the Jamaica Table Tennis Association will rebut all his critics and he will tell us why he should remain in power for another term.
Hopefully I catch that show. That show hopefully I catch it.
President Andrew Lowe, you know, and hopefully the other Andrew who wants to remain in power, we can ask him too why him think him should remain in power.
We'll probably get him here on the show. So next week we'll break down NBA again, the Racers Grand Prix, the Champions League final.
Of course.
We'll be closer to the French Open finals. We didn't break much of our French Open, but next week we'll have all of those breakdowns. NBA will be coming to an end. French Open will be coming to an end. Champions League will be coming to an end. Track season highlighting coming closer. So next week we have a jam-packed show again and stay tuned. And hey, if you don't have anything to do later, feel free to go down to the stadium and take in the Racers Grand Prix. We'll try to do the same. And one love from the Primal Sports Text. Who's up next? DJ Ilabash. So here from the sports team, thank you again to all the listeners out there. Fit FM, Facebook, the Primal 4K.
Peace out, people.
Big up. One love.
All right.